Christmasing this year.
Can I have this?
We have an extra $400 from Flow. You can have everything you
More
want.
gifts with Flow. With Christmasing, win weekly prices up to $10,000 in cash. Sign up for a postpaid bundle or a broadband plan.
We Christmasing with free groceries from Flow. Plus, a chance to win weekly prizes and up to $10,000 cash. Head over to your nearest Flow store or visit discoverflow.co. Flow, we Christmasing.
More gifts with Flow.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Evening News. My name is Curtis Matthew. A delegation from Barbados will arrive in Dominica on Monday to assist with the implementation process for a climate resilience plan for the north of the island. The delegation will engage with members of the Portsmouth Town Council and other village councils within the north. Chairman of the Dominica Association of Local Government Authorities, Yolan John Jules, says the pilot phase of the project is expected to get underway at Portsmouth.
Specific objective, they are one, to provide face-to-face technical support to Portsmouth for the completion of their climate action plan. Two, meet with other stakeholders who will be important to the establishment of an advisory committee and or a working group to guide the completion of the climate action plan. Thirdly, it will be to provide visibility for GCOM and for the EU to increase their awareness on the importance of climate planning. And fourthly, support the reporting of the Portsmouth achievements on the SCAP and ICL platform. That's the ICL is the Latin America Local Government Authorities. Of course, DALCA is a registered member with that organization. And we will be meeting in Portsmouth from Monday. At the opening, we would like to get at least one member from each of the councils on the north. So Monday will be a great day for Portsmouth. We worked on that for so long, and it is revived now. And we have two serious persons, Dr. John and Mr. Douglas, who both became one the focal point. Other people will be participating. We'll have Barbados, and the other members of the council will be present. I'll be present as chairman of DALCA, and the GCOM team will be there. So we expect something great for Portsmouth because the plan was to develop a climate resilient plan for the area of Portsmouth as a pilot project. We would continue to expand throughout Dominica.
And that's the chairman of the Dominica Association of Local Government Authorities, Yolan John Jules. The 3-day session will take place at the Chinese Complex at 1 Mile in Portsmouth. Other news this evening, Dominica obtained an 82.6% pass in the October 2024 sitting of the regional examination for nurse registration. There were a total of 23 students from Dominica. 17 individuals were first-timers. The other 6, they were receipts. The General Nursing Council has extended congratulations to all candidates. The top performer for Dominica was Stacy Fiona Joseph of the Dominica State College, Faculty of Health Sciences. She's from Point Michel. Other top performers were Edrica Christmas of the Dominica State College, Faculty of Health Sciences. Sean Fagan, also of the Dominica State College Faculty of Health Sciences, and Verlin Mason of All Saints University. Over 65 loans in excess of $3.5 million have been granted to public officers under the Enhanced Direct Access Project. This falls under Component 4 of the project, which provides soft loans to public officers to undertake climate adaptation interventions. Chairman of the Government Housing Loans Board, Felix Thomas, says Component 4 of the project began in 2023 amid some delays.
We have received under that facility $4.085 million. We have disbursed well over $3.5 million. Now, we have seen the actual implementation in terms of structures, improvement to buildings, in terms of shelters, retaining walls. We have seen the setting up of water tanks to provide the necessary water facility that would be needed or required during disasters. We have seen improvements to roofs and also in areas where the building structure on a whole had certain defects. We have seen serious retrofitting to those defects. We have been able to provide well over 65 loans to a number of public officers that totaled well over $3.6 million. The Government Housing Loans Board ran this loan at no more than 2%, which makes it affordable to implement those resilient changes and the climate adaptation that we're talking about.
And that's the chairman of the Government Housing Loans Board, Felix Thomas. Other news this evening, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, Dr. Kira Paul, has told stakeholders in the housing and planning sectors that they have a responsibility to promote resilience. Dr. Paul spoke at a forum at the Roseau Fisheries Complex this morning to commemorate World Planning Day today.
Today's agenda reflects our shared commitment to resilient development. I want to reiterate that. Our work is not only about adapting to climate change, but also about leading in our region by adopting the latest tools, technologies, and practices to safeguard our communities. In housing, we are continually working towards standards that guarantee all Dominicans live in a safe, resilient environment. This involves everything from integrating waste management systems, as we'll hear today about the Caribbean project, to exploring new construction methods like container developments, retrofitting best practices that enhance our built environment against natural hazards. These elements collectively shape the foundation of our national resilience. Resilience is about empowering each of you, our experts, planners, partners, and community stakeholders to contribute meaningfully to this mission. I encourage each of you, even those who are participating online, to engage openly, to share your expertise, to explore innovative ways we can further our resilience goals through collaboration and shared responsibility. I want to remind us all of the profound responsibility we hold in building a climate-resilient future. Together, through partnership and commitment, we are creating a legacy of resilience, one that will benefit future generations and secure Dominica's place as a leader in sustainable development.
And that's the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, Dr. Kira Paul. Junior Chamber International JCI has launched the first ever Future Fest. The event at the Windsor Park this morning brought students together to promote skills among them. Shauna Harris-Joseph is president of JCI Dominica.
And today, the Future Fest, first of its kind, most definitely, and it is an event carried for the students of high school and college, but more targeting the students of the high school so that they can understand that there are different options and varieties to careers. So we want them to understand, especially for the TVET. And we live in a society where we see that we need a lot of persons in construction, we need plumbers, we need electricians, we need persons to do our hair, we need persons to do our nails, and not so much, and not understand that our students are not always academically inclined. So we have this event so that the students can see that there are different options. All is not lost for them. Today, we'll give them the opportunity to see that there are different opportunities, especially the TVET booth. They will show that there are different skills that they can tap into. I recently read an article where right now the new millionaires in the States are plumbers, electricians, persons who are doing farming, and we are a country that are very strong in farming. So that is the skills that we want persons to understand for today.
And that's the president of JCI Dominica, Shauna Harris-Joseph. Life for a 64-year-old man of Grand Fort will be different from now on. Cosmos Morgan, a father of 6, is Dominica's first Super 6 winner for the year 2024. He walked away with his earnings of $346,000 from the Dominica National Lottery this morning.
So how long have you been playing Super 6?
Quite a long time now.
For a very long time. That would be like more than 20 years?
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you select your numbers?
Well, I just think of them and I choose them. I write them by myself.
How many years have you been playing the same numbers?
All the time, never changing.
Okay, interesting. And where did you purchase your lucky tickets?
Right here.
Okay. Do you usually purchase your tickets at a lottery office?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I was told, just like the Super 6, you have 6 children, Mr. Morgan. I am sure that your children are excited for you. How do they feel?
They feel good.
They are happy?
Yeah.
Okay. One last question, Mr. Morgan. A lot of the times we know that when people win, you usually have that little tricky question that we ask. How do you plan on utilizing your winnings?
Well, I have plans for it.
Do you care to share any with us?
Well, anything, but I have my children do first.
Okay, so you plan on helping your children. I just want to ask another question. Do you plan on continue playing Super 6?
Yes, I do.
Okay. How many tickets did you purchase this morning?
Well, I haven't buy it as yet, but it's 5 I normally buy.
And that's Dominica's first Super 6 winner for 2024, Cosmos Morgan of Grandfort. What a day it has been for him and his family. He collected his earnings from the Dominica National Lottery this morning. Here is the sales and marketing manager of the Dominica National Lottery, Ken George.
This year in 2024, Super 6 celebrated 20 years of existence. So that's indeed a milestone for Super 6, and we are very encouraged by that. We are also, for the year so far, making a payout of $3.2 million in Super 6 for the Windward Islands. As you know, the game is split between Dominica, St. Lucia, Grenada, and St. Vincent. And to date, we are now giving our 8th winner of Super 6. That is the 8th person winning the Super 6 for the year. And the breakdown, Dominica's got this first one today. We have St. Vincent with 1, St. Lucia with 6, and Grenada with none. So indeed, it shows that all the islands has an opportunity to win. We encourage everyone to play the Super 6 game because we know that the Super 6 goes back to sports and culture. We support the Windward games. We support the inter-school games. And many of the activities we are seeing happening around the Windward Island, Super 6 is the main sponsor for it.
And that's the sales and marketing manager at the Dominica National Lotteries, Ken George. On the feature segment of the DBS Evening News, a St. Lucian national has served as executive director of the Dominica TVET Council since 2019. Paula Serafin says Dominica has come a long way in terms of skills development. Her call is for Dominicans to embrace skills. Paula Serafin, executive director of the Dominica TVET Council, is our feature on the DBS Evening News.
Okay, so the Dominica TVET Council is the national training authority in Dominica, and we did a lot with certification of skills with respect to the national vocational qualifications, as well as individuals who would like to pursue the Caribbean vocational qualification, better known as CVQ. At the moment, we have a lot of activities going on. We are currently working with a CDEMA project to certify artisans or experienced persons in the construction industry as far as safer building construction is concerned. And we all know what that means for Dominica and as well as the region. And so we just recently awarded the National Vocational Qualification. So I believe that the government of Dominica has done extremely well in ensuring that young persons who have worked hard at learning relevant skills, industry-led skills, can now be certified at the NVQ level. And so we are preparing also to certify an additional 60 young persons who pursued various industry-led skills with the NVQ certification. So today we are really about encouraging young persons to pursue technical vocational education and training alongside the education stream. I see it's sort of like a marriage between the two. And so skills are very, very, very important. And as the world is changing into its technological evolution as we see it, we know that skills will become even more important and relevant to our economic development. So essentially, we would like to promote and see that Dominica would have a skilled and certified workforce. We would like to establish a directory as well where the general public can come in. If you're looking for a skilled and experienced certified plumber, someone related to auto mechanics, whatever the skill area, a cook, a dressmaker, whatever you're doing as a cosmetology, you name it, and we are offering certification for those programs. We also work in collaboration with other training institutions in Dominica to provide the guidance, particularly in the area of quality assurance, to ensure that the integrity of the National Vocational Qualification as well as the CVQ qualification is maintained here in Dominica by the Dominica TVET Council. We had 60 individuals certified in August of this year. To the Dominican public, I would like to say that pursue technical vocational education. We know that TVET or skills training had been stigmatized for a very, very long time. Now we are beginning to see the importance of TVET within our society. Skills are so important. I would like to say to the Dominican public that they can contact the Dominica TVET Council, they can come into our office, they can encourage young people, especially at the secondary school level, to pursue TVET subjects, because we know that a lot of persons want to be some kind of professional within the academic stream, but TVET skills are just as important. And so we are saying embrace it, and it is about learning, it's about working, it's about becoming employed, it's about certification, and it's about life and livelihood.
And that's Paula Serafin, the Executive Director of the Dominica TVET Council. Our feature on the DBS Evening News. The news continues right after this.
Christmas in this year.
Can I have this?
We have an extra $400 from Flow. You can have everything you
More
want.
gifts with Flow. With Christmas in, win weekly prices up to 10,000 in cash. Sign up for a postpaid wonder or a broadband plan.
We Christmas in with free groceries from Flow. Plus, a chance to win weekly prizes and up to $10,000 cash. Head over to your nearest Flow store or visit discoverflow.co. Flow, we Christmasing.
More gifts with Flow.
DBS News.
The government of Antigua and Barbuda has moved ahead with an agriculture program that is giving young men previously involved in rival gangs a chance to turn their lives around. The cabinet was informed that 5,000 chicks have been imported to start the chicken farm for these young people. They disclosed this week that the chicks will be fed a special diet that will allow those grown for meat to be harvested in just 30 days. The egg-laying hens, meanwhile, are expected to produce as many as 3 eggs per day, which will be sold to families and supermarkets. Finally, this evening, the U.S. government has brought charges against an Iranian man in connection with an alleged plot to assassinate Donald Trump before he was elected the next president. The Department of Justice today unsealed an indictment against 51-year-old Fahad Sakari, alleging he was tasked with providing a plan to kill Donald Trump. The U.S. government said Shakiri has not been arrested and is believed to be in Iran. In a criminal complaint filed in Manhattan court, prosecutors allege that an official in Iran's Revolutionary Guard directed Shakiri in September to devise a plan to surveil and kill Trump. The Justice Department added it had charged 2 others also allegedly recruited to kill an American journalist who was an outspoken critic of Iran. It is 19 minutes after 6 o'clock. That's news. Don't go away. The sports report comes up shortly.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Let's begin the DBS Evening Sports Report with cricket news. The West Indies have gone full strength for the T20 series with England, which starts tomorrow in Barbados with the return of a number of big names for the encounter. Nicholas Pooran, Andre Russell, and Akil Hossain are back in the lineup as the Windies look to complete another white ball series win over England. The team will be led by Rovman Powell and Reeds, Ruston Chase, Matthew Ford, Shimron Hetmeyer, Terrence Hines, Shea Hope, Akil Hossain, Shama Joseph, Brandon King, Evan Lewis, Gudakesh Moti, Nicholas Pooran, Andre Russell, Shafin Rutherford, Romario Shepherd. The first T20 is at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Some more cricket news. Rakim Cornwall put the Leeward Island Hurricanes on his back, bowling them to victory as they beat the Windward Island Volcanoes as the regional Super 50 Overs tournament continued today in Trinidad. The Volcanoes suffered another batting collapse to record their third straight defeat in the regional tournament. The Leeward Islands made 180 batting first. Their innings was powered by the Jama Hamilton, who hit 96 not out, leading the Leeward Islands fight back after they were on 68 for 6. Kavem Hodge took 4 for 26 in his 10 overs. Daryl Cyrus took 2 for 33. The Windward Islands, in reply, they were looking good at 74 for 2 before they collapsed to be on 84 for 8. They eventually made 96 all out. Alec Athanaze got 34, while Cornwall bagged 6 for 26 and Hayden Walsh Jr. 4 for 20. The Leewards won the match by 84 runs. Dominica suffered a defeat in their opening match of the Nosica Beach Volleyball Tournament in El Salvador as the team of Mervyn Mingo and Bill Clark Frederick lost in a 3-set thriller this afternoon in Trinidad. Dominica dropped the first set 21-15, but Mingo and Frederick managed to win the second set 23-21. Dominica, however, lost the third and final set 15-11. Dominica will be back in action this evening when they face Canada. Dominica has been placed in Group C with Canada, Trinidad and Tobago, and El Salvador. The king and queen of the road will be crowned this weekend when the Dominica Athletic Association stages its final road race of the season on Sunday. The race will take athletes through the city of Roseau on a 5-kilometer run. Pioneers Athletic Club athlete Kervin Latham is leading the male runner heading into the final race on Sunday.
The excitement continues for athletics in Dominica with the third and final leg of the Dominica Athletics Association Road Race Series, which is scheduled for Sunday, November 10th in the city of Roseau. Registration will take place from 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. on the Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard at the cruise ship berth. The races will begin at 9:15 a.m. The same distances and categories will be maintained throughout the road race series. The 1K will have the under 7, under 9, under 11 and under 13 categories. The 2K will have the under 15, 3K, under 17, and the 5K race will have the under 20, under 35 and the masters categories. Registration is $1 per athlete. The President's Challenge will continue, whereby those achieving the times set by the President of the Dominica Athletics Association will receive an instant cash reward. So come down to Roseau on Sunday 10th November to support our athletes and also to participate in our road race series.
And that's Felicia Antoine of the Dominica Athletics Association. Let's go back to some cricket news. Cricket West Indies CWI has imposed a 2-match suspension on fast bowler Alzari Joseph following an on-field incident during the third one-day international against England. Joseph had stormed off the field after a verbal disagreement with the captain, Shea Hope. Cricket West Indies CWI, in a statement last night, said the situation was reviewed in consultation with the senior men's coaching staff. Miles Bascom, Cricket West Indies Director of Cricket, addressed the decision, stating that Alzari's behavior did not align with the core values that Cricket West Indies upholds. He said such conduct cannot be overlooked. Alzari Joseph has issued a public apology acknowledging the incident and expressing regret. Meanwhile, West Indies coach Darren Sammy says such behavior will not be tolerated.
Oh, well, we will be friends, but the behaviors like that is unacceptable on my cricket field. And the culture I'm trying to build, that's unacceptable. So, yeah, we definitely will have a chat about that.
And what does that look like? Kind of moving forward, the squad for the T20s hasn't been announced yet. Are you guys expecting a lot of change? I'm not asking you to say if you're dropping Alzari or anything. Are we going to see some changes in faces?
Look, if you notice, we got a couple of senior players who was not in Sri Lanka. We expect them to be back. But yeah, our T20 team is our most successful team and most settled team. So yes, we incorporate some new guys, to give them that exposure. But our T20 team normally picks itself.
And that's the West Indies coach, Darren Sammy. Saim Ayub got a half-century and Haris Rauf a 5-wicket haul as Pakistan stormed their way to a 9-wicket win over Australia to level their 3-match one-day series at a game apiece Friday. Australia, they were only able to get 163 batting first. Stephen Smith top scored with 35. Rauf picked up 5 for 29 and Shaheen Shah Afridi 3 for 26. Pakistan replied with 169 for 1 in 26.3 overs. Saim Ayub got 82, Abdullah Shafiq 64 not out, and Baba Azam 15 not out. Adam Zampa got the lone wicket for Australia. The final one-day is set for tomorrow, 11:30. That's Caribbean time. And that game is tomorrow. Meanwhile, India have taken a 1-0 lead in their T20 series with South Africa after they cruised to an easy 61-run win today. India made 202 for 8 in their 20 overs batting first. Sanju Samson got 107 of 50 balls. South Africa, they were dismissed for 141 in reply. Some swimming news now. Coach of the national swimming team, Jason Robin, feels Dominica will put up a good effort at the OECS Swimming Championships. Dominica has been represented for the first time in almost 20 years at the event, which is taking place in St. Vincent. A team of 3 swimmers departed the state Thursday for the competition. Jajak, that's Irene Jajak, will take part in the 50-meter freestyle and 100-meter freestyle. Javon Robin in the 50-meter freestyle and the 100-meter freestyle. Roye in the 50-meter freestyle and 100-meter freestyle.
We could only participate in 2 events, the 50-meter freestyle and the 100-meter freestyle for each one of them. We have Javon Robin, Raekwon Roye, then we have Erin, the only female on the team from Kalinago descent. She also going to be participating in the 2 events. Now, personally, because we don't have some of the facilities like some of the other countries, we actually try extremely hard to make use of the neighboring countries like St. Lucia and sometimes even Martinique to get to do our turn. We had the use of Anchorage Pool also. So we try our best. So we're going to put our best foot forward to make our community and our country proud. And we have good hopes for them students, but we're going to just reintroduce swimming to Dominica again to get them students very interested in swimming. So the idea is just to start swimming again and to continue the training process. These students have been training for like 3 months So they still definitely need some more training. But from where they was to now, I can tell you straight they are actually improving very much.
And that's the coach of the national swimming team, Jason Robin. He says there has been more interest in the sport following Dominica's participation at the 2024 Summer Olympic Games. Warren Lawrence and Jasmine Schofield represented Dominica at the Paris Games.
The fact that we could see one of our Dominican boys and girls in the international arena, that actually motivated our boys and our girls. Especially Erin. Erin has always wanted to participate in the Olympics, so that's one of her dreams. And right now, these students actually came from a Learn to Swim program. So it's only 3 months now they have been trying to do a competitive program. And to pass the 3,000 meter mark in an hour and a half training is a massive accomplishment for any human being on earth. So they're in the top 10% of human beings. Most people on earth wouldn't even be able to do what they're doing right now. But it definitely had a massive impact on the boys and the girls to see a Dominican like themselves at that level there.
And that's the coach of the national swimming team, Jason Robin. That too is a look at the DBS Evening News and Sports. And Joseph Fadul, as we look at our monitors, we see some rain on the outside. We're urging and encouraging the drivers to be careful. The road appears to be wet out there, and drivers, be careful as you drive around the place. That's a look at the DBS Evening News and Sports. On behalf of the News and Sports departments and our link person, Joseph Fadul, Curtis Matthew saying good night. Do have a very good weekend.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
DBS Radio gives you top quality service over any other for live streaming of funerals. Call us today at 448-3282.
Good evening and welcome to the evening edition of the DBS Radio Community Bulletin Board. It is the 8th day of November 2024. We begin with this evening's edition of the DBS Radio Death Announcements. We announce the death of Hippolyte Carbon, age 86, of Boetica, who resided at Mont Prosper. He was a former police officer and employee of the Dominica Air and Seaports Authority. He died on Wednesday, the 6th of November, at the Dominica China Friendship Hospital. He was the father of Andrew, Cuthbert, Jefferson, Andy, and Ethelene Carbon, Edith Ito, and Janita Harrigan. He will also be remembered by his stepdaughter, Philippa Daniel, sister Rose Seja, brother Jonas Carbon, 15 grandchildren, 4 great-grandchildren. The funeral arrangements for the late Hippolyte Carbon of Boetica, who resided at Mont Prosper, will be given in a subsequent announcement. We announce the death of Ursula Anselm, better known as Slim, age 62, of Bath Road, who resided in Miami. She died on Wednesday, the 18th of September. She was the mother of Perry Tyrone Payne. She will also be remembered by her daughter-in-law, Marjorie Payne, granddaughter-in-law, Taylor Bethia, brother Cuthbert Alcid, sisters Annette Brathwaite, Lorraine Wilkinson, and Marina Shillingford, nephews Jefferson, Dion, Cuthbert Jr., Bronson, Hakeem, Kareem, Dean, and Dillion, nieces Dion, Chanella, Serena, grandnephews Jefferson, Junior, Rion, and Ryan, grandnieces Kitara, Odella, Gertila, and Brielle. Cousins, names too numerous to mention. Relatives, Cohen, Emilia, the Ansem family of Fonseja and all the Seja, or that should be all the Jean-Jacques families, Jeanette and Maria Rivera and family, and other relatives both here and abroad, names too numerous to mention. Close friends, Joanna Martirin and family, Marcella Joseph, Brother Egbert Germain and the neighbors of Cork Street and Bath Road. Other friends, both here and abroad, also names too numerous to mention. The funeral mass of the ashes of the late Ursula Anselm, better known as Slim of Bath Road, who resided in Miami, will take place at 3 p.m. on Tuesday, the 12th of November, at the Roseau Cathedral Chapel, and will be followed by interment at the Roseau Catholic Cemetery. The management and staff of DBS Radio, the nation station, extends deepest condolences to the family of the late Hippolyte Carbon of Boitica, who resided at Mont Prosper. We also extend deepest condolences to the family of the late Ursula Ansem, better known as Slim of Bath Road, who resided in Miami.
And now, your Community Bulletin Board.
Let's now present to you the general announcements on this evening's edition of the DBS Radio Community Bulletin Board. We begin with this announcement from DOWASCO. The DOWASCO informs the general public that they will be carrying out excavation works along a section of the public road in Portersville close to Gyrus Feeds to facilitate pipeline repairs today, Friday, November 8th, 2024. These have already commenced and should end and are scheduled to end at 10 p.m. So currently, DOWASCO informs the general public that they will be carrying out excavation works along a section of the public road in Portersville close to Gyrus Feed, and this is to facilitate a pipeline repairs, and this is currently ongoing and is scheduled to end at 10 p.m. All vehicles traversing in a southerly direction will be diverted onto Charles Avenue during the work period. Vehicle owners are asked to keep the road clear during the said works. Motorists and pedestrians are asked to exercise caution. DOWASCO regrets any inconvenience that may be caused and thanks customers and the general public for your understanding. Members of the Marigot Cooperative Credit Union and the general public are informed of the following changes to the operating hours of the MCCU. Until Wednesday, the 20th of November, all offices of the MCCU will open from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. These changes are due to a system upgrade which will cause a disruption in operations. Management and staff apologize for any inconvenience which may be caused as a result and wish all a happy independence. MCCU, a beacon of hope serving the Northeast. Retired members of the Dominica Association of Teachers are asked to get in touch with the office as soon as possible. Call telephone numbers 448-8177 or 225-1462. The Dominica Association of Teachers awaits your call. We've come to the end of this evening's edition of the DBS Radio Community Bulletin Board. Thank you very much for joining us. The next edition will be tomorrow morning from 6:10 a.m. with the morning edition of your death announcements. And then we continue at approximately 7:40 with the morning edition of your general announcements and what's on. Don't forget to hear your announcements on DBS Radio, the nation station. Come into the sales and marketing team's office Mondays through Fridays between the hours of 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Also, you can give us a call at 448-3282 or 448-3283. Same times and days mentioned, except holidays.
The devil setting traps, will you fall for it? Nice, nice. The devil setting traps for you, don't you fall for it? Respect signal. Whoa! The devil setting traps, will you fall for it? The devil setting traps for you, don't you fall for it? Wow! Just like when the signal on your Wi-Fi drop, it has come back stronger. The more they try to kill you, is the more you live longer. The more I live. So if their plan didn't work, it's best they try another plan. Or go and try that plan on another man. Everybody like what they like, so they can go and jump in another band. Oh, God bless, no man curse. Sometimes the blessing them just look just like a curse. But oh, God bless, no man curse. Things getting nice, nice, nice. They pray to see me fall, but they lie, Every day they sit and wonder why. No matter what they try, even though they jump behind. True, they will never, never see me backslide. Decline or deteriorate. Nice. Come together with the evil, see they congregate. They praying hard, but their hearts haven't set their hit. They're sinking dirty grade. What? No matter what they do, I'm gonna end it. Nice. The devil setting traps, will you fall for it? 48. Wow. The devil setting traps for you, don't you fall for it? The devil setting traps, will you fall for it? The devil setting traps for you, don't you fall for it? Respect yourself, you long already. We work so hard to build a strong foundation. Why would they think we're so easy to break down? Maybe the journey was a slow one. Now we in this for the long run. When life teaching lessons, we just sign up. When God giving blessings, we just line up. Putting in the work till our time up. So if you know you blessed, put your hands up. Oh, God bless, no man curse. Sometimes the blessing them just look just like a this. Oh, God bless, no man curse. Things getting better, better, better when they thought it would be worse. We getting stronger every day. 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 The devil setting traps, will you fall for it? The devil setting traps for you, don't you fall for it? The devil setting traps, will you fall for it? Nice. The devil setting traps for you, don't you fall for it? Wow. Nice. Oh, you have the whistle. Take it.